This is the Roulette Master, and I am so excited today to introduce to you the incredible new 10th Street Grind by Steve. He said this is the best roulette system you will ever use, and it looks incredible to me as well, so I can't wait to share it with you. We're going to put it in a head-to-head matchup today with the incredible Milestone Method by Aaron B. So two fantastic systems going head-to-head. We'll start with the Milestone Method first, and here we go. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to mark the last four numbers that have hit. So let's mark the 2, the 36, the 30, and the 11. And then we're going to put dollar bets on everything else. This is a really good system to consistently make money in the casino. And it also covers the zeros, which is nice. So once we get the dollar bets out there, then we're going to remove those marker bets that we placed on the last four numbers that hit. And here we go. So let's remove those marker bets now. And here we go. So the last four are not covered. And this system starts out with small wins, but don't be surprised if we're up $300 pretty quickly. So don't be fooled by the small wins at the very beginning, because that's just a $2 win. And but again, I think we'll be up $300 in no time. So let's find out and spin, because the more we peel off the numbers as they hit, the bigger the wins get. And the more you lose, actually the more money you make with this system, because it increases the bet. So we're going to go ahead and remove the 17 that just hit, and then spin again. Now we have 32 numbers covered and $32 total bet out there. And here we go. That's an 8 black. Okay, that's a $4 win there. We're up 9. And I know it's probably hard to believe we're going to be up $300 in no time, but let's go ahead and prove it to you. So here we go. If you do get losses, you actually make money faster. You'll see that as we go through. And here we go. That's a $5 win. We're up $14. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and remove that 5. And hopefully you are noticing that we're making more money with each spin, even though it's still pretty small. And here we go. That's a 6 black. And that's a $6 win. Now we're up $20. We're going to go ahead and remove the 6. Oops, not that one. Let's put that back there. And let's go ahead and remove the correct one there and spin. Now we're at 29 numbers covered, $29 total bet. Okay, that's a 29 black. It's another win. We're up $27. And part of the reason you get so many wins early is because the coverage is really high. But we're at 28 numbers right now, $28 bet. And here we go. That's a 00. And with most systems, that's going to be a loss. But usually this one wins with the zeros, because unless they're in the last four numbers, you're going to win. So we're up $35. And we're going to go ahead and remove the 00 now. Okay, now we're at 27 numbers and $27 bet out there. Here we go. And again, we'd be up a lot more if we actually had losses early. But you'll see that as we go through. We're up $44. Let's go ahead and remove the 33 and spin again. Now we're at 26, and we're not going to go below 24, and that's a 25 rip. That's a $10 win. We're at $54. Let's go ahead and remove the 25 now. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's see. There we go. And now we have 25 numbers out there. Let's spin. Okay, that's a 3 red. Okay, that's another win, $11. We're up 65. And we're not going to complain that we're getting all wins, but when we have losses, you'll see actually a little bit more money being made. And here we go again. That's a 15 black. And that's a $12 win. So we're up $77, and we're not going to go below 24. So we're going to restart. But this time let's go ahead and see if we make more money, because we're up 77 through the first session. We'll see if we make more money if we have losses early, and I bet we do. So let's go ahead and we mark the 3, the 15, the 25, and the 33. And again, the zeros will not be losses. They'll be wins if we get them. And let's mark the rest of those bets again. Here we go. Okay. let's remove those marker bets now. Okay, $34 total bet. And again, it'll start out with those small wins, but if we have losses, those will escalate. And that's a 26 black. It's a $2 win. We're up $79. We'll remove the 26. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, now we're at 33. And let's see if we get any early losses this time around. That's a 21 red. $3 win. We're up 82. And this is a great system if you like getting lots of wins. But we'll have some losses, and then you'll actually see the profits go up. And here we go. That's a 4 black. Okay, that's a $4 win. We're up 86. Let's remove the 4. There we go. And $31 bet now. All right, let's get a win right here or a loss, and then I'll share with you what to do next once we have those losses. And but we don't get a lot of losses with this system. We're up 91 because the coverage is always really good. And so let's go ahead and remove the 18 and spin. But I'm sure we'll have some losses here somewhere. So let's see what we get on this one. That's a 32 red. It's a $6 win. We're up $97. And we'll remove that 32. Okay, so currently we have 29 numbers covered out there. Let's go ahead and spin and see what we get. That's a 23 red. It's a $7 win. We're up 104. Let's remove the 23. Okay, $28 bet. 28 numbers covered. And that's a 1 red. Okay, $8 win. We're up 112. And it's still early. I think we'll make a lot of money with this system, but so far we haven't even had a loss yet. So we're at 27 numbers. We just removed another one that just hit, and here we go. I'd say 30 red. Yeah, it's a $9 win. We're up 121. Let's take the 30 out. Okay, we're at 26 now, and let's spin. Okay, that's a 32 red. Okay, and that's our first loss. When you lose, you go ahead and you double up the bet. So let's go ahead and do that and spin. And here we go. Okay, that's a 0. That should be a win. Okay, fantastic. So now we're up 115, and we'll remove the 0. Okay, and then we'll have a $50 total bet out there now. And you'll see each time that you lose, the profits will be higher on the next win. That's a 14 red. That's a $22 win. We're up 137. And now we're going to remove the 14. Okay, now we're at 24 numbers. So if we get a win here, we will reset. Okay, that's a 19 red. And we did. So now all of a sudden we're up $161. And that was at 24 numbers, so we reset. But you'll see if we get more losses early, you'll actually make even more money. But let's mark the 19, 14, 0. And this will be the first time the 0 is not covered. And then the 32. Let's put $1 on everything else. And let's go through this again. And but you can't get upset for getting wins because we're doing well. And it's not a bad thing just to keep winning. So let's go ahead and place those bets. And but I wanted to get some losses in this session, so that some more losses in this session, so you can see, the ups and the downs and how the system deals with that. And okay, we're at $34 bet again, and let's spin. Starting back over with the milestone method by Aaron B. And that's a win. So we're up 163. And even though our profits aren't massive yet, 163 is pretty good. And, really, especially with starting out with $2 wins, right? So that's a 26 black. Okay, that's a $3 win. We're up 166. And let's remove the 26. Okay, now we're at 32. And we'll see if we get a win right here. That's a 23 red. And that's a win, so we're up 170. Let's remove the 23. With each win, we should make more money than the one previously. And here we go. Okay, that's a 13 black. Okay, that's a $5 win. We're up 175. Let's go ahead and remove that 13. Okay, 30 numbers covered, and we still have super high coverage even though we've been peeling these bets off. So that's why we're continuing to get wins, and that's a $6 win there. We're up 181, and let's remove the 6. Okay, now we're at 29 numbers. Even now we're at really nice coverage, so we still should get mostly wins, and we almost got the 00 there. However, we still got to win with the 1. We're up 188, and let's remove that 1. So we're at 28 numbers covered, $28 bet now, and here we go. And that's a 29 black. Okay, that's an $8 win. We're up 196. So at least we're starting to get near $200 profit now. And let's go ahead and take the 29 out and then spin. And we're at 27 numbers. Here we go. That's an 11 black. Another win, a $9 win. We're up 205. And then we'll take the 11 out. And let's do that. And spin. And we'll see if we get any more losses here as the numbers, the coverage gets a little smaller, but still really big, and still high coverage. Even when we and we're up 215. Even when we get down to where we're about to reset, we still have really high coverage with this. So if we keep winning, we'll get 2 more wins and reset. If we don't, we'll double the bet. That's a 25 red. Okay, that's an $11 win. We're up 226. And we'll go ahead and remove the 25. And if we get a win here, we'll be resetting once we get 24 numbers. And we're not going to go below that. That's a 33 black. And we got a $12 win. So we're up 238. And it's time to reset. As you can see, that would put us below 24 numbers. So let's go ahead and mark them. Maybe we'll get more losses on this one. And you might even see more profit because of it. So let's mark the last 4. And then put the rest of them out there, and then we'll remove those marker bets. Okay, so here we go. This is Aaron B's milestone method, and I can't wait to put this up against Steven's new system of the day. It looks awesome, and here we go. Okay, let's go ahead and remove those marker bets now. And if you get a loss on the first couple spins, that's when you really escalate profits, as long as you don't keep, and we're up $238, as long as you don't just keep losing over and over again. Getting losses early makes you more money with this system. And that's a 24 black. Okay, $2 win. We're up 240. And but you probably thought, with $2 wins, we'd never even get up 240, right? But we're doing pretty well. So let's see what we get here. That's a 19 red. It's a $3 win. We're up 243. Let's go ahead and remove the 19. So let's go ahead and do that. Oops, I put it on the wrong one. Okay, we got to take this one next to it off there. Sorry about that, guys. And every once in a while, my fingers get a little go in the wrong spot. So let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. Okay, that's a 23 red. That's a $4 win. We're up 247. We'll go ahead and remove the 32 now. Oh my goodness, I did it again, guys. What am I doing? Okay. Okay. I'm losing it. That's okay. We're coming down the stretch here. And let's see what we get here. That's a 22 black. And that's a $5 win. We're up 252. And let's remove the 22. Okay. And let's spin. And here we go. It almost hit the 0 there, and that's a 28 black. We got the win, but zeros are usually covered with this. We're up 258, and let's remove the 28. Okay, we're at 29 numbers right now, and we're coming down the stretch with the milestone method. And that's a 2 black. Okay, $7 win. We're up 265. And normally with this system, we'd be up more than 265. However, we're not going to complain about being up $265. So let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. As we come down the stretch here, with Aaron B's milestone method, that's a 5 red. But if you do get losses early, since you're doubling with each loss, the profits will get higher, and we're up 273. And actually, we just ran out of time. So with Aaron B's milestone method, we made $273 profit in 15 minutes. That's pretty awesome. So again, if you do get losses early with this, don't worry about it unless you get a bunch of them in a row, which you shouldn't have with with this high of coverage. But let me know what you think of this down in the comments as usual. And now it's time for the new roulette system of the day from Steve. Looks fantastic to me. I can't wait to try it out and see if it can make more than $273 in the next 15 minutes. Here we go. All right, the time is finally here for the incredible new 10th Street grind by Steve. This looks incredible to me as well. And let's get started. We're going to start with the 10 streets except for the last two that have hit. And that would be the 30 and the 34 street. So we'll leave those out. And then we'll put a bet on all the rest of them. We're not going to just be on 10 streets. That's just the name of this one. And let's go ahead and spin. I'll share with you how that works as we go through. All right, here we go. And that's a 26 black. Okay, and we got the win. That's a $10 win. So we're going to go ahead now, and we're going to take out the last one that hit, which was that 26. And then we'll put that 34 back in. So let's go ahead and spin again. And once we have losses, I'll share with you what to do next. Then we're not going to stay with 10 streets. So that's a 6 black. That's a $10 win, so we're up 20. We're going to go ahead and remove that 6, but there's a lot more to it than this, guys. And we're going to add it back in there so that the last two are always out. And again, once we get losses, we're not going to stay with 10 streets. But then there'll be times when we go back to 10 streets. So that's a nice win, $10. We're up 30. So we'll remove that 9. And then we'll put the 26 back in. And spin. And this is just the first part of this system, so make sure you watch the whole thing. I think you're going to love this. And that's a 12 red. That's a $10 win. We're up 40. Let's remove the 12, and then we'll add the 6 back in. So you can see I'm adding back in the one that's not in the last two. And here we go. That's a 36 red. $10 win. We're up 50. And we'll go ahead and take that one out. Put the 9th street back in. Okay, and spin. And again, we're not going to stay at 10 streets once we have losses. But then we might go back to 10 streets during that cycle. And I'll share that with you. That's a $50 loss. So when we lose with this system, we're going to go ahead and we're going to double the bet. And then we're going to go ahead and, so the last two are still the same. So because one of them repeated there. So we're just going to spin again with $100 total bet. And here we go. All right, let's see what we get here. Okay, that's a 30 red. And that's a win. So once you've had a loss, what you do is you just remove that one that hit. So we're going to take this one out. And then now we're at $90 total bet. And let's spin. Now we have 9 streets instead of 10. And here we go. That's a 21 red. Fantastic. That's a $30 win. We're up 50. And now we go back to 10 streets again. So let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to leave out the 21 and the 30. Okay. And let's spin. All right, here we go. That's a 32 red. That's a $10 win, so we'll take that one out, the 32, and we'll add back in the 30. And we'll always have the last two uncovered. And here we go. That's a 29 black. Okay, that's a win. We're up $70. And we're going to go ahead and take that 29 out, and we'll put the 21 back in. And that's really easy to do. You just have to look at the last 3 and then the last 2, and real simple. So that's a 15 black. That's a $10 win. We're up $80. Let's go ahead and remove the 15, and then we'll put the 32 back in. Real easy to do, and you can get the hang of that really quickly. And let's see what we get here. That's an 11 black. Okay, $10 win. We're up $90. We'll remove that 11 now, and we'll add back in the 29. Always having the last two out. And let's spin. And here we go. Okay, that is a 31 black. $10 win. We're up 100. We'll take out that 31 and put the 15 back in. And just cruising right now with this one. And that's what I thought we would be doing. This looks fantastic. And that's a 2 black. That's another win. We're up $110. We'll go ahead and remove that too. And then we'll put the 11 back in. The 11th Street, that is. And here we go. All right. That's a 1 red. And we lost that one. So again, if that happens, you just double the bet and leave it the same. And then we're going to peel off the one that hits next. Here we go. That's a 36 red. So we'll go ahead and peel that one off now. And we don't add anything else back in on this. We just now are at $9 and $90 instead of 10. And here we go. That's a 7 red. Okay, we got the win there. So we go back to 10. We're up $110. And we're going to be leaving out the 7 and the 36. So let's do that. And spin. And just cruising with this one. I really like where this one is going. And I hope you guys do as well. Let's see how it continues. That's a $10 win. And we're up 120. Okay, we'll go ahead and take that one out. And then add the 36 back in and spin. And see what we get on this one. Okay, that's an 11 black. Okay, and that is a $10 win. We're up 130. And let's see. So we're going to take out that 11, put the 7 back in, and spin. You always have to look at the third spot to see which one you're putting back in, but super simple. And that's a 5 red. That's a $10 win. We're up $140. And we're going to go ahead now and take that 5 out. And then we're going to add the 29 back in. Just one there. Now we're still at 50. And here we go. So, again, if you lose at 10, you go to 9 once you get a win. And we're up 150. And let's go ahead and take out the 36. We'll add in the 11 back in and spin. Because when you first lose, you don't add anything in. You just double the bet. So that's a 20 black. Yeah, that's a $10 win. We're up 160. And you can see we're just cruising right now. And making money easily. That's a good way to do it. And here we go again. I was going to hit the 0 there. That's a 28 black. That's a $10 win. We're up 170. We'll go ahead and remove that 28 and add the 36 back in. Still at our $50 base level bet. And let's spin. Okay, that's a 27 red. Okay, that's a $10 win, and we're up 180. We'll take out that 27. Then we need to talk about what's going to happen if you get more than one loss when you go after you get the win and you go from 10 to 9. We'll get there shortly. So now we're going to add that 20 back in and spin. Because if you get if you get a loss and you double and then you get the win, and then you go to 9. You need to know what happens if you get the win there. Or you don't get the win there. So we're up 190. Let's go ahead and remove the 14. And that'll be coming up here. So let's go ahead and bet on the 28 and spin. And here we go. Okay, that's a 34 red. Okay, that's a $10 win. We're up 200. And we'll remove that 34 and put the 27 back in and spin. All right, here we go. That's a 00 there, and that's a loss. Okay, so we're going to double up that bet from 50 to 100 and spin. And we might just be able to show it to you in real time here. So that's a win. So we're going to go ahead and remove that 18. We're not going to add anything else back in. But now we're at 9 instead of 10. So here we go. That's a 3 red. Okay, and that's a $30 win. We're up 200, and we go back to where we started. But if we were to lose that bet on the 9 streets, then you would need to double up. But then if you double that up and you're not in profit, you can go back to 10 and then back to 9 again. So we'll talk about that again as we go through. So, but we're doing fantastic. We're up $200. Let's go ahead and put the bets back out. We're going to leave out we don't want that one. We're going to leave out the 3 and the 18. And here we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and spin. And we're back at base level. Here we go. Again, just cruising with this one. And it's nice when you have to actually, talk about what would happen if, how to recover if something did happen that was worse. But maybe we'll go through it right here. Let's find out. Let's double up and spin. And let's see how we do here. That's an 11 black. Okay, and that's a $20 win. We're going to go ahead and remove the 11. Okay, now we're going to try to get a win at 9 streets. And then if we don't get a win, we're going to double up. Okay, but we did get the win, so we can reset. We're up 200 again. So let's put the bets back out, except for the 36 and the 11. Here we go. And let's spin. All right, let's see what we get here. Okay, that's a $10 win. We're up 210. Let's go ahead now and we'll remove that 16. And we'll go ahead and put back in the 11. Okay, here we go. So again, if you were to lose and you doubled up and then you won, and then you took that off and went from 10 streets to 9 and you got the win. I'm sorry, and then you got the loss. And we're going to let me go ahead and remove this first. We're going to remove the 7 and then put the 36 back in. And then if you lost and then you doubled up and got the win, it wouldn't completely recover you. So you'd have to go back to 10 and then possibly back to 9. But you'd still be at a nice high coverage. So we're up 230. And let's go ahead and remove the 21. And then we'll add in the 16. But hopefully, if we do get some more losses here, I can show you in real time. Let's see what we get here. That's a 2 black. But the idea is that you're going to stay at 10 and 9. We're not going to go lower than that. And we're up $240. Let's take out the 2. Add in the 7. And boy, this is just so simple and really just cruising. And here we go. That's a 0. And we lost that one. So that's the second time we've lost with a 0 or a double 0. We'll double up and spin, and we'll see if it happens here. So let's get a win or not, and then we'll deal with it. That's a 1 red. Okay, we lost again. So we're not going to go to 9 until we get a win at 10. So now you're starting to see what could happen if you had a bunch of losses in a row. Let's see what happens. That's a 19 red. Oh my goodness, we lost 3 in a row with 10 streets. Okay, we lost the 0, the 1, and the 19. Okay, so we're going to double to 400. That's why this is a $2,000 bankroll system. So it's going to test us here at the end. Let's see what happens. That's a 2 black. Oh my goodness. We lost on the 2, the 0, the 1, the 19, and the 2. With, oh my goodness, that is crazy. We have enough to double one more time, but we can't lose again. But that's insane that we lost 5 in a row with only 2 streets uncovered. Okay, we need to get the win here, and because this is a great system, but it's being tested right now, and that's a 34 red, and we finally got a win, but we're at minus 350 now. So now we have to go ahead and we have to take that 34 back off. Okay, and then we're going to try to get a win here with 9 streets, and here we go. That's an 11 black. Okay, that's a $240 win. We're at minus 110. So now we have to take that 11 out that just hit. But then we need to add 1 back in. So let's go ahead and see where that puts us. They have 80 apiece. So we need to put an 80 on, let's see, on the, let's see, the 10. Yeah, let's put it on the 10, 11. No, we can't put it on the 10, 11, 12. That's the one that just hit. We have to put it on the, I think let's put it on the 19, 20, 21. So we'll put it back in right there. And then let's go ahead and, so that's the 11, the 34. We need to add it. We need to go back to 10 here. So we're going to add the 1, 2, 3 back in also. Okay, so now we're back to 10. And let's get a win right here. And then we'll need to go back to 9 to finish off. That's a 14 red. Okay, that is a $160 win. Now we need to go back to 9. So now we're going to take off that one that just hit. And then spin. And let's hope that we get this and we can recover. That's a 4 black. Okay, that's a $240 win. And we just hit the 15-minute mark. So I'm glad we got to go through that recovery process. But most of the time, you're just going to be cruising with this one. We made $290 in 15 minutes. However, that just shows you back there, you could lose 5, 6, 7 in a row, but it's not likely. So just like all the other systems, cash out when you're up $200 or $300, and you won't have to worry about that. And then that again, I think that's great with all these systems. But hope you enjoyed that one. I think it's a great system. But any system, can get in trouble if you get something, numbers like that show up. So let me know what you think of it down in the comments as usual. Thank you, Stephen, for sending this one in. Steve, and I really, really appreciate it, and appreciate all the systems you guys have been sending in. And I hope you're enjoying the search for the best roulette system possible each and every day. I know I am, and I think it's fantastic. Remember to send those to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. I pick a new one every single day. We test it out. And again, I love it, and I hope you guys are as well. And like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep growing this community of people that love roulette. This is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, everybody.